Today we're discussing the movie adaptation of Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights.
The film also weaved in serious elements that give the light and bright storytelling some drama and weight.
First of all, there's some racism and discrimination that Nina experiences off camera, part of the backstory. She goes off to Stanford, which is portrayed as white dominant, and her Latin background does not mesh with this supposed white dominant situation at Stanford in California. And Abuela experiences some discrimination in her backstory as well, coming from Cuba. We have the element of DACA. So DACA is the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals legislation that provides some backstory to Sonny. He turns out to be undocumented and realizes that he can't go to college if he's undocumented. And so the support for DACA as part of the themes that's weaved in. It's also economic hardship. Daniela has to move her salon further uptown to the Bronx from where they are in Washington Heights. Vanessa's issues renting an apartment downtown. She's not rented to. She has to get a co-signer for the lease. All of that's weaved in. It was good of Miranda to do this, to give it a little bit of heft to the story. There got to be some conflict in any good story, so that was really good. And one thing to take away from this part of it is, her advice is to assert your dignity in small ways. And so that's good advice for anyone. Because we all experience some kind of hardship in the workplace or wherever, and bringing your full selves to it, asserting your dignity in small ways is certainly something to take away from the film.
I do think that it was good to not glamorize everything and make it seem like everything is happy, and he got real with it. Showed various issues that occur throughout the Latin American community, especially not necessarily at Stanford. I mean, that was just a school she happened to go to, but being a first generation college student, and the awkwardness of everyone relying on you to be the one. You're the one who made it, and the pressure that comes with it. And then getting to school and realizing that maybe this isn't for me because of other people's perceptions of her, and having to deal with that, and the conflict of wanting to be successful and how to tell your family that that's not what you necessarily want to do or where you want to be at. Yeah, I think that was very, very well done. And even we didn't realize that Sonny was a DACA kid until the end, but even how that tied in, that's very real. That's very, something that's being dealt with now. I think that the theme was like everybody's really had a dream, and they all thought that their dreams were little. But none of their little dreams were little. They were all big dreams, and they all deserved to see those dreams through to fruition.
One other thing I read about was that Miranda was asked about, there's not only gang elements in this film, even though New York is famous for having sort of gang activity here, there, and everywhere. And he on purpose didn't have that kind of stuff. Like, he didn't want to do a West Side Story where, of course, the Hispanic people all have knives and are like, ready to rumble in the streets. So that's a choice. And, he finds other ways to kind of have that in there. Like Graffiti Pete in the beginning, like, is like a villain. But then, he gets this redemption story. So it's interesting to think, like, this isn't just like a Spanish Harlem kind of thing where, like, oh, of course, sharks and jets.
All right, so let's put a bow on this one. Let's go around the room and give our ratings for In the Heights. Boogie, as usual, we'll start with you. So for the film version of In the Heights, will you bring that funky flick back or leave it in the vault?
Can't help but to bring this funky flick back. I mean, I've already recommended to a few people to check out already. So yeah, bring that funky flick back.
All right, Dino Wright, bring that funky flick back or leave it in the vault?
I'll bring this funky flick back. It did have some flaws. I thought it was a little long, and it was edited in a way that you almost don't get to enjoy it. It's just sort of abrupt in some places, and big dance numbers are hard to film, right? And shout out to John M. Chu, the director of this film. He did really well with a tall task. Overall, it's really fun, so I bring this funky flick back.
As for me, I think it goes without saying, I'm bringing this funky flick back. Sometimes I talk about this film incessantly to my
people.
Family.
He really does.
Yeah, I bring it up, and my family starts shaking their head like again, and like I'm putting it on in the background.
You're like a kid with Disney movies or something.
Yeah, this is one of my all-time favorites. I tell someone, like you said, Boogie, I recommend it to so many people. I'm like, have you seen In the Heights? Have you seen The Heights? No. All right, put it on. Check it out. And it's all the reasons we mentioned, the dancing, the choreography, the music, the storylines. There's some great heavy topics, light topics. It's got it all to me, and it's packaged well. And I'm a huge fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda in general. Whatever he touches turns to gold. He does his homework. He's a hardworking guy. Loved it.
Hip Hop Movie Club is produced by your HHMCs, JB, Boogie, and Dino Wright. Theme music by Boogie. Whether you're listening to the podcast or watching us on YouTube, please give us a follow. It's a real power up for us. Thanks for tuning in.
Remember, don't hate, radiate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shine
Like
bright
sun.
like a diamond.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, radiate out in the sun, but be careful with the harmful UV rays.
Yes, get some SPF.